I love the sound of the human voice, and I think that is the sort of realist sound there is, something created by an actual beating heart as opposed to something else. You know, a hand on an instrument, which is also very human, but the actual sound of a voice is, you know, very calming and soothing to me and can also be very rattling. I'm always wanting to put those elements into a score because it makes it feel more grounded and connected to me.
Can you activate the captain's ejector seat remotely?
A lot of surface distortion. I need another 30 seconds. Without EV boosters, he'll still be in free fall.
Not if I can catch him.
Get it, Farnham! Already lost one officer today.
I'm comfortable with the risk, sir.
And I'm not. If you screw this up, we're both dead. Stay on mission. That's an order.
It's always difficult to describe yourself in terms of style. Every story has its own sort of musical thought or musical pulse or musical heart. I tend to want to write music about what characters are feeling rather than what characters are doing. But I do really enjoy a melody and trying to infuse a melody into anything, whatever that may be. I've always had an affinity for science fiction, but more importantly, I like a dramatic story. You know, I never like to be totally on the nose with something. If it's a sad scene, play sad music. Now, granted, we do that to sort of help the emotional context of any scene. But I think, you know, generally speaking, I like drama. I like things that have drama but feel real. And those dramas usually have some levity to it. It really just goes to feeling like I like a story that's told from the heart. At the beginning of any project, I like to read a script and then start sketching out thematic ideas, you know, music for either the entire show or the entire movie, music for a specific character, music just to sort of get me into feeling what I think the project is about. I do like to let the story tell itself. I never want to be ahead of the story or leading. To me, the stakes are always told by what's on screen. I don't like to tell an audience member how high the stakes actually are. Because if you're not getting it on screen, then I feel like we're faking it. And it doesn't feel grounded to me. There's a lot of action in Star Trek, and we don't like to play all the action all the time. Like, why would that be interesting? It's like there's a lot of action, so let's play a lot of action music. We don't have to do that. There's an emotional content in anything that's going on action-wise, and what are people actually feeling? You know, if somebody were actually in a fight scene, they'd be scared probably, so maybe you want to play the fear of it. Or they think they're gonna die, so maybe you want to play the tension or the mystery of that, as opposed to just big drums playing along with all the pace that's going on. And we really did the same thing in Umbrella Academy, especially in a lot of those fight sequences. We just use a song, which would be playing totally opposite of the actuality of there being a fight sequence, which I always find to be very interesting, way more interesting than playing fight scene music. I love writing music, so the fact that I get to write music for a living is just, you know, the gift of all gifts. I started out wanting to be in a rock band, and I did that and played music, and then I get to continue to write music and be in a studio, which is where I love to live, and be in a studio with these wonderful musicians and make these scores is just amazing. That keeps me going. But I also like a challenge. I do enjoy a good puzzle. I dig the motivation of trying to get connected emotionally to characters and help tell stories with melodies and stuff. I love all of it. So for me, it's like top down. I love everything. That's what keeps me going. That's what keeps me wanting to continue to do this.